everybody. Welcome back to my crafty desk. My name is Sandra, and we are working on a start to finish journal series, and this will be episode number 2. So I do have my little notepad here to help try to keep me on track. I know for the first episodes 1 through 3, possibly 4, we're just working on getting the covers together, choosing fabrics, and deciding if we want a closure, and if we do, would we put it in before or after the signatures in, choosing papers, sizing and cutting them down to fit into the journal, and then we will move on to doing some stamping, inking, washi tape, stencils, shimmer paint, stuff like decorating type things while it's still in flat mode, flat mode before it gets into signature. And then once it's, and then we'll get it sewed in. And we will do the sewing of the signature on camera. So what I did today is I thought, we left off yesterday putting fabric on this envelope. And so I kind of wanted to pick back up from there and continue there. So I did pick out a couple of things that I think will work. Oops, and this paper I think we're just going to set that on top of so that I don't lose my little thing, my little pack there. So things to use for closures and for decorating that I also really like to do, and so do many other journal makers, and it's so easy to come by, is seam binding. So this is all seam binding, and I have gotten all my seam binding at thrift stores and estate sales, yard sales, and gifted. And so the ones that are not that new or that rayon stuff, you can crinkle it yourselves if you like the crinkle look. But if you don't like the crinkle look, you don't have to do it. The ones that are that, I think it's the rayon in there, they don't really crinkle. I mean, I got a little crinkle, but that's okay. I still like them without being crinkly as well, because I like to make bows with both sides of that. I also have some sari silks. Now, when I first started off making journals about 4 years ago, I just went on Etsy as directed from all the other YouTubers that I was watching, and they said, just go on Etsy and put in the search box what you're looking for. That will pop up, generally all different type from different places, and it also gives you other ideas and suggestions that you may also like to use in your journals. So I just got a multicolored bundle from somebody, and it was a lot of sari silk, and I've ironed out a lot of it so that I have these nice wide pieces to work with. You know what? I might have went on a tangent and ironed all my sari, but it's okay. I can still crinkle it up or squish it. You just get it wet and you just do it, crinkle it. If you want it more, put rubber bands on it, paper clips, bull clips, whatever you have, whatever you want. So we're going to be playing with that. I'm going to set this aside and get to this journal. So I tried to get 2 videos filmed yesterday, but my gosh, my storage space, I had enough storage space, so I finally, that's a glue. So I got that journal, I got it up or saved. That took about an hour. No, actually, I was fighting with the storage space, so it took me over 2 hours just to get the video saved and cropped to the right dimension for YouTube. Then, oh my gosh, it took 5.5 hours to get it loaded to YouTube. So once it's loaded to YouTube, I can delete the video off my phone so that I can video again. However, we were well into close to midnight, so I wasn't doing a video. So here I am. I'm going to try to do this different. I set my settings a little bit different, so hopefully the video comes out good. And hopefully I can get a couple of videos done in one day so that I could be ahead of the game. So where we left off was with this t-shirt thing, and I like like I said before, I like the idea of pulling this up for the fabric cloth or the fabric pocket. I just want to do something different here. So I think first of all, we're going to cut this piece off right here, and since I don't really know what's going to happen with this material, and I don't know how it's going to figure out on my thing. Make sure I'm in camera. I'm just going to use these scissors here, and I'm just going to cut across. And I'm just going to save that for later. I don't really care to be perfect on this. I did get my Magna-Tack, which is basically the same thing as a Fabri-Tac. I can sew through it. It bonds fabric, lace, glass, leather, wood, and trims. Grabs fast, dries clear. It's acid-free and washable. So I don't suggest washing your journal, but if you do, the glue should hold up. Nothing else will, but the glue should hold up. Anyhow, so let's see. I know the pocket's going to come there. And this is all covered with the fabric, so that makes me feel good. I don't have to add extra fabric in there. So when you're putting your stuff in your pocket, you're still feeling the fabric. It's a little bumpy, but that's okay. It's a junk journal. I guess the word junk journal, you know, some people keep very true to that name, but just like anything, like we call them junk journals because we use our junk to make them. So it doesn't have to be literal, like I'm going to go dig in the trash can and get all the, yeah, I guess that's right. It's not a trash journal. It's a junk journal. So I'm using my junk. I go and collect my junk and then I make my junk journals. So I like that. So it's a lot of pattern and beautiful, but I want it to kind of pop out, and I thought an easy way to decorate this is I'm going to tack this down with the glue, and then when it dries, I'll be able to sew it. So this is pretty. It's got a little staining up there, so maybe I'll turn it this way. I love the embroidery on there. So I guess no matter which way, even if I do that, no matter what, the butterflies are going to be that direction, which I'm absolutely fine with. So what do you think about that? If I tack that down, and I'll cut this piece off, of course, to use someplace else, but just for observation purposes. And then we will deal with that kind of stuff later in a minute. But for now, I like that. What do you think? Should it come down more? Think maybe a little bit more? Yeah, I like that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do my very best to get an even frame so it looks like it's matted in there. And then we will just deal with this later. It may just be like cute little stitches that are right there. I'm fine with that. I am absolutely fine with that. I wish now, so see how I glue. Oh, I didn't glue. Oh my gosh. Okay, well there you go. Maybe that's the fix. Maybe I'm going to go like that and like that. It's nice to be able to talk it through. It's funny because I talked it through all the time anyways, even before I did this. Now, I think what I would do here is maybe, I don't know. Let's just see. We'll do one side and leave the other side. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, we're going to just I just kind of wing it. I just, tuck and go, fluff it around until I find what I like. So if I pull that down, I feel like if I pull that down just enough that I can get this on there like that, and then I can have my pocket up like that, I like this. That to me is pretty. It's like a present in a present. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So let's just go ahead and get some, so I can show you what I would do. At this moment, I like this. And I'm gonna use the smell. I don't wanna use this glue yet because it's gonna seep through. So I'm gonna use this glue that I love, but I don't know that I can sew through. I'm gonna use it in the places where I'm not gonna be sewing. So I say I say sew a lot. If anybody is offended by the word sew, I truly apologize. I would say that I'll try to stop saying it, but I think I'll just hyper focus on it then, and I'll just always say it and then make it really awkward. So I will just enjoy the word. Okay, what kind of word? Do you have a word that you're like stuck on that you say all the time? I think it's like the era. It's like where you're from also, but I think it's also the era that we're in, or that we grew up in, or that we were used to talking in. So like I like the words, what do I say? I say the words chick. Words that I find that are different. Like the younger kids, the generation, they'll look at me, especially mostly my grandkids, because they're the ones that'll be like, come on now, pull it together. So they don't say that to me. They just look at me like, why did she say that? It sounds so funny. You can see that look in their eyes. But anyway, so chick, I say cool, and I say man. Oh man, yeah man, cool man. So let's see. I think this is not my, I don't have a method to this. If somebody has a method of like, this is what you do every time. You fold it this way, cut it that way. I would love to know what it is so that I can just write my little cheat sheet down. I think I cut this off, but sometimes I think I cut things off and then I'm like, dang it, I needed that part. You see, I think you already seen me do that yesterday or in the video before, in the first episode. Oh my gosh, go. So maybe if I think I'm gonna just waste all the video time on this. Do I do that first? No. I do this way first, right? And then I go like that. And so, whoops. So if I take that, I'm just gonna do it. I can always just pull it up. It's kind of quick. Oh, that's where I'm sewing. Oh well. Well, we'll find out if I pop a needle. I've never done that yet. I'm terrified. I'm terrified that I'm going to break a needle and it's going to go flying. I don't know how it works. I'm not a sewer, so I don't truly know how that is going to play out. Okay, so we go over this way. I know I'm going to fold that way, and then I know I'm going to fold this way. I know I'm going to fold that way. And then I go this. And then I tuck this in like that. And then I'm going to come down. Do I just not worry about it and just leave it bulky? No. I'm just like, what in the world? So I don't think I need this. So here we go. Let's see how it works out. The good news is I have the other side. This is the front part of the shirt. So I have the back side. And if all else fails, I have tons more fabric. So, good night. All right, that was not helpful. All right, so I feel like there's such a much easier way to do this. So maybe I can find comfort knowing that I'm gonna be. Maybe I should just put that down. Tuck that over. Maybe I'll just stick a pin in it for now. Good night. So I'll just deal with that later. I've wasted way too much time. Whoa, that has almost got me. And then this one, and then maybe when I'm not on video, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I know exactly how to do this. Why was I making that such a big process? Okay, you cut it this way, I think, right? I think you cut it, but I don't want to do that right now. I'm afraid I'm going to cut the wrong way. Okay, let me just do this. I'm going to, oops. Stick a pin in that one. Okay. There we go. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to glue this on camera at the moment because I need to get that figured out. But just know that when we come back, hopefully on the next video, this one will be done. So I'm going to put that there. I know that this pocket's going to come up here, so I'm going to go ahead and cut, I think, right there. So let's just do this. I'll get my little snip ready, because I don't want to waste this. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is cut right across right here. That'll give me enough, and I can always cut more off if I need to. And then I have these pretty pieces I can use. I can probably use them in here somewhere, at least one of them. Oops, thumbtack. That goes into pincushion too. There, and that's upside down. Okay, I like that. I like that. And then this will be the pocket, and then we can do a little something on here later on. So I do have to figure out how to pin that down and get it glued. I think I'm just struggling too much because I'm on camera and I'm trying to get it done in a timely manner. So now this is fine. We can leave this open. We need to choose some papers for it. And so what I thought on this one, oops, and you need to stay upside down so that my life is happy here. Ouch. Oh, man. Okay. Get all this threads out of the way. I'm going stacky stack. I'm going to put my little notepad there. Put these scissors away real quick. Make some room. Stay on task. Stay on task. Okay, and then let's put that journal there. We don't need it. So I have some tools right here that I may need, and then we're going to just set this aside. We're just going to set this aside. I'm going to move my wet one so I don't get that wet, and I'll just set this next to my tea. Take a drink of my tea real quick if you don't mind. This is my cup. Pretty. I got this from my friend Jamie Mathis, my bestie. And so let's get this going. So I was thinking I would like this Paper Studio pad that I got at Hobby Lobby. Obviously, I've been using it a lot. I'm trying to just use my scrapbooking paper right now for a couple of reasons. One, I can't remember where I got everything, and I feel horrible to the Etsy artists that are selling that stuff. And I know that is for a lot of them, that is their livelihood, and I don't feel right. I feel bad. Not remembering who they are. I did not anticipate doing all this though. But the other reason is I have all this scrapbooking paper and I really need to use it. So, and I want to buy more scrapbooking paper because I love scrapbooking paper. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I use what I have. So let's put this like this, and I think we can see both now. Let me just double check. Should I scooch down or no? I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I think my camera's kind of close as it is. And sometimes I forget to scooch it back out. So let's see what we can work with here. These are my scrap pieces. I think I'm just going to move these aside for a minute. This is big enough. So there's a blue. Ooh, that's pretty. Should we just do these colors? I pulled this out for a different project, but maybe my subconscious mind knew it was going to be this. So this does have different shades of blues though. I feel like, I mean, this is nice and lighter, so I feel like it has, let me see. I think no on that one. I like this one and this one. I love stripes. I just love I love stripes. I always have. And I think the balance of the stripes for a masculine with all the feminine is always something I'm drawn to. So this one also has the light tones in there as well. I'm just not feeling that. I don't know if I'm feeling this one. So, oh, now I see. Now I like that. It's just that other one. Do I want green? Or do I want the burgundy? Or do I want both? That's fine. Okay, so let's set those aside for a minute right here. I'll just pull them up like this, and hopefully you can still see the pieces that I'm looking at against these colors in here. And I know I'm going to use yellow in here because I have yellow stuff and I love yellow. Yellow makes me happy. I actually found this really cool fabric. What is this, like polyester? Reminds me of my grandma's pants. I remember as a little girl thinking, why is she wearing those pants? But now I'm like, I love this material. I love the feel of it. And I think like in different pieces and aspects, like it's really pretty. So, well, we might as well just leave this out here then because we know we're going to use it. Some of that fabric, some of that golden yellow. There we go. So, you know, we have these butterflies. I think we've already used them. Let's move on. Same thing with this one. Let's try something different in here. So there's this one right here. Kind of like this one better though. I don't know. Let's use, I know I have something here I can use. What do I have? Ooh. Oh, these. Oh, fun. Okay, we'll just use some of these. So we'll come back to that one. We know we like that. Okay, that's pretty. Did we use that one already? I feel like we did, but it's pretty. I think that'd be nice. It gives that nice light creams. So let's just pull it out. So I want to shoot for maybe 8 of these pages. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need at least 3 more. I don't want to do these stripes. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. Okay, I think I have one of those pulled out as a scrap. I could use if I wanted that one. Not feeling it. I think I like that one better. Oh, there. Now that one's, let me think. You know, I'm not feeling it. Not today. Ooh, I like this one. Did I have that one as a scrap? Because if I did, is it big enough? Nope, it's a different one. And so, oh, and we didn't use this one. I was thinking about this. See? So, yep, I'm feeling this. That's nice. That'd make a good center, I think, or beginning, or whatever we want. So let's see. I think I need another burgundy color. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another burgundy, definitely. That one's pretty. Oh, and ooh, what do you think about that one? It feels like it's like a bigger of this. It kind of goes. I like it. Geez. I must have already been using these because there's only one left. Let's put a thing on it just in case. I don't want to pull it out if we don't use it. So there's that. Oh yeah, that's so pretty. But I already have 2 greens. Do we do this one instead of this one? Yes, we do. So we're gonna trade that one out. Just put that up there. And then we have this one. Yeah, see, I like that so much better. Okay, so I better get to it. We're not gonna have time. There's a solid, but I don't want to use solid. There's this one that's got the blues and the greens. I kind of like that. No, I mean I like it, but just not for this one. Okay. Oop, more vibrant. I think not. I think not. Do I think not? I think maybe. Okay. Oh, this one's pretty too. Okay, we need a burgundy one. Let me go to the back here. Oh, is it like the same thing all over again? Is that why? Ooh, that one's pretty. I kind of like that one. That's this. Oh, I see. It's the same thing. It just has different like yellow wings or creams. Oh, I think this is the one. Okay. This is the one. And it's got some more stripes, so we can get more of those stripes in there. There we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not doing that one. Pulled it out for nothing. So we just need 1 more. So maybe another, I'm going to go back and look at those ones we tagged, 'cause I don't even remember what they look like, but, or not. Here it is right here. Got it. Now, what did we tag just to make sure? Gotta look. You know, you just never know. You just never know. Nope, I'm happy with the one that we've chose, so we'll take that off. And what about this guy? Nope, whoops, nope, that's not you. It's not, you were not it. I'm gonna take that off. I'm happy with what we chose. Okay. Set this aside. And I'll put those papers on top of it because they're gonna go back in that book. And then we are going to move this out of our way. And we're gonna cut these papers down. So, our book, when it's done, when it's folded, without any lace on it, is going to measure, let's get on the squares. Are we in the camera? I feel like we are in the camera, so it's going to measure 9 tall by, oops, give me all the way in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But when we're stacking our papers, they're not going to go to 6. So I cut at 5.5, and then once we stack them, I still may need to trim out a few of the middle pieces because they're going to just keep popping out. So now that we know that, we have to decide in what direction do we want the papers to go in the book. You know, the long side has to be 9. Tall side needs to be 9. So what do I want in here for my tall side? For the 9, I will have to cut it this way. And I'm actually going to cut it at 8.5. So, who will be leaving the building? Okay, let's see. Let me just cut from the bottom. Just why am I making it difficult? So we're going to go 8.5. And we're going to cut that at the 8.5 mark. And actually, see how it's kind of torn right there? Maybe that's my side. I'll do it that way. Okay. So we're going to go 8.5. And then I don't have to worry about a little bit of edge there. So this will be our offcuts right here, and then we'll use these in there. So it'll still get used. And then this way, I'm going to cut, I want it to be 5.5. I'm going to fold it in half. So we're going to make 5.5 and 5.5, or 11. So I just cut. I don't take it actually to the black mark where it says 11. I go right on, like, just so I can just barely see that black line. And I try to keep them all kind of similar as much as I can. So there's one paper cut. So we'll just do this really quick. And what do we want on here? We want it to be 9 tall. So I would rather use this on something. So I'm going to go 9 tall, not 9 tall, so sorry, 8.5, 8.5. And we'll just cut that, offcut, and try to keep those pieces separate there. There we go. And then we're going to go, oh, see, and oh well, maybe I'll get it off this way. So this is going to be 11 this way. And we're going to have some of it's going to be different, but you know what? It's a junk journal. So we don't have to fret too much. Now this one, I'm definitely going to take, and it's funny is that, watch, I'll just probably tear one of these pages anyways. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So we're going to go 8.5. 8.5 tall by 5.5. So times 2 is 11. And just right before that line, stop. Grab my strip. And this one is also going to be 8.5. So I love the 12 by 12 pads. I mean, I love them. I have purchased quite a bit of the 6 by 6 pads. I personally forget that I have them because there's not a whole lot that I find that I can do with them in the middle of a project. So, and I just get tired. I feel like I don't know. They're okay, I guess. I like to make journal cards and pockets and stuff with them, but I think what it is I really like the prints on the papers, and then they're in a 6 by 6, so I don't have many options. And I think it just, I think I get angry. I think I do. I'm like, dang it. Oh. So, I have bought a few of the 8 by 8 packs, and I do find those to be a little bit better for that. for the purpose of being able to use them more. And this is going to be right before the 11. So once I get these chose, then I will pick my other papers I'm going to put inside here. And I learned my process that I'm doing here, and I do not do it exactly like her, but I love this YouTuber. Her name, you probably already know her. It's Gayle Agostinelli, and she is so good. She's so generous and sweet, and just shares so much of her techniques and her love of her art that and journal making. And I learned this from her because I needed a process. I'm one of those kind of people where I like to have a specific way that I do things. I mean, I can veer off of it, but I like to know that I like the recipe. You know, it's like, that's exactly what it is. I like the recipe. Whoops, am I doing that right? Oh, yeah. I like the recipe. I'm not doing that. I did it a little bit backwards. I like the recipe, and then I can always add or take away from it as I'm doing it. So this is the recipe I learned from her, and she likes to put a specific amount of papers in her journals. I love the way she makes her journals. I love the thickness of them. I love the chubby wubby ones that she makes, and all of them. I will link her channel in here so you can go see if you have not heard of her, because I would be very shocked if you haven't, because she is just a very well-known and much-loved YouTuber. And I'm doing the same thing again here, the same way. So what she does, and what I've learned from her, is taking a specific amount of whatever you're using, whether it's a DigiKit or scrapbooking paper, finding your prints that you like the most, getting those in there, and then filling them in with some of the whatever other papers you want. Stationery's coffee dye. I love coffee dyeing and avocado dyeing, so I have a lot of that, and so that's what I do. Okay, so now this is stripes, and I already cut one stripe. Which way did I cut this one? So these ones are going to go this way. So I think I want these ones to go the opposite direction. So we'll have two different ways. So that means I have to think for just a second. If I'm going to go tall, that is my 8.5 line is tall, which is that way. So I have to turn this way. Okay, there we go. Anyhow, and then she just fills them in with the rest. And she likes to do a specific amount of papers on her journals. And she doesn't stay true to that. She veers off. She does what she likes because there's no rules. That she makes her own rules. And I love that too. So that's kind of what I do. So we're going to do scrapbooking paper. I'm going to do this, pick the ones we like, fold these together, get it set up, and then we're going to implement the coffee dyed, avocado dyed, if that looks good, in with it. So now that I have those done, let's get those folded. We'll stick them in our journal that's halfway completed, our journal cover that's halfway done. So now, to save my hands a little bit of torture, I'm going to use my bone folder here. So now you're just going to fold them in half. Yeah, Gayle's one of the ones that I had started watching from the very beginning. A lot of things had changed in my life about several years ago, and so I was finding that I actually had a little bit of time now of healing with my hand surgeries and some other things that were going on. And so I started getting back into some crafting. So I started digging stuff out, and then I found out, I was like, oh my gosh, I had given away so much stuff and got rid of so much stuff. So I thought, oh, I didn't have anything, really. And so I put it out there. I'm looking for these, and I started going to some card making classes and getting back into trying to make cards. And then I remember why I quit making cards, because I am unable to follow rules. I'm unable to stamp like straight, like I have issues. So anyhow, it was making it, if it's like a real structured thing, it was making it not as fun as I want it to be. Like, I still enjoyed it, but it just wasn't as fun as I want it to be, because I felt like my cards, I was trying to make them perfect, and you could really see that it wasn't. And so it wasn't a matter of like, oh, it is, that's the way she intended. No, you can tell, like, when you're making a card, a specific card, and your card is folded wrong, or you have your stamp is crooked on your thing, and but it's not crooked like meant to be crooked, you know. So it was driving me crazy. So I started thinking, what else can I do to fix this? And I started adding things to it, and I thought, oh my gosh, I love this. I love putting fibers on them. I love putting material on them. I have laces. I have, like, I had a shirt, had some lace on it. I didn't wear the shirt anymore, cut it up. I thought, I like this. So then I started going on to YouTube, because now I'm at home recovering with my hands. So I'm going through YouTube, and I'm watching all these videos, and one thing led to another. And then I was like, oh, what's mixed media? So I started clicking in mixed media card making, and that's when I found Gayle and some other artists. And I thought, I really like that, and that is more my style. Like, I like that, and I realized that when I look back at some of my stuff, I guess that's what I've always kind of been more drawn to. I just didn't know there was a name for it. So one of these was supposed to be the inside, so I don't remember now. Should we do, it'll either be this one, no, or this one. I think this one. So it's going to go that way. So we know this is going to be the front, I think. Let's put our book right here. Well, that's competing. I don't want that. So when you open it up, I'm going to leave it open instead of closed, just because it's going to have the same thing. So we'll just do this. We'll just, as they say, they are doing their audition. So let's see. You know, I kind of like that. Maybe it'll be more of a solid color. I don't want blue in the front. It's a lot of pattern, but I think I like this color or this color. So maybe try these other ones that are just not as crazy. So I said no to the blue, but that one's not too bad. Oh, I like that. And I do like that. I think this is the one. Okay, so now I know, and I was kind of went in a thing where I was doing green, green, blue, blue. So maybe we'll just kind of mix it up and go, should I go green, green? So I just keep that order. And then that, and then that, and then this brings them all together. Should this be in the middle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would be somewhere in there. So I don't know. Maybe we do green, green, and then blue, and then that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. No. I like this. I'm gonna keep an order to this. So I'm gonna do that, that, and that. And then I'm gonna put that one there. And then that one, and that one. And then this one is the middle. So I like that. So now what we do is we stick these in here. At this point, after I pick the copy dye papers that will go inside, this is when I kind of look through them. I'm going to make sure I'm going to measure them, make sure they fit in the journal the way we like them to. And, oops, I forgot you, didn't I? And then we'll make, once they fit in there, then I'll think, do I want to add anything else to this? Do I want to sew paper on the other side of these? Do I want to add stitching to the pages with a sewing machine or hand stitching? And do I want stamping and rounding and tearing? I'll do as much as I can possibly think that I want to do before it gets sewn in. So now you can see where it sits. It's going to be protected. And because I cut them all on the 5.5, you can kind of see. See, they're gonna be fine. So some people don't like that they layer out like this, and they'll take. I'm not able to do it. I will tell you, I would like to do it, but I am 100% not able to do it. I will slice my book, or I will slice a finger. No, and so I'm not doing that. But they will take the straight edge ruler, which I'm not gonna do. I'm gonna just demonstrate. They'll put their ruler on there, or however they do it, on their cutting mat, and they'll take their cutting thing, their cutting tool, their very nice, very sharp, very good cutting tool, and they'll just go, and they'll just but I can't hold it straight. My hand's not strong enough. And so I shift. So I'm gonna leave it. If I really don't like that out there, I'll just take that piece. I guess I can do that to show you. Why not? We'll take this one. We'll just take the middle one out really quick. And I'll just trim, I'll trim a tiny portion off, like, so I'm gonna turn it this way. I'm gonna get it in there. Now I know I wanted to be on the 5.5, and then, so, and where I measured it was the 11, but it was right inside the 11. So I'm gonna take it just to a little bit in. I don't know what that measurement is. I just look at the lines. So there's the 5.5 line, and then there's this little itty tiny line, and then there's this little tiny, but not as tiny line. I'm gonna go to there. You can do whatever you want. And this is gonna, I guess, straighten it up also from where my fold is, which is another thing you can do if you don't like how if things aren't straightened the way you like them. So now that went back inside, and if I wanted to do that with these other ones, I surely can, but I don't want to waste time doing that. If I do it later, I'll let you know. So now we have those. Now we need to pick out some coffee dye papers. What do we want to go with this? I know I've been really liking using at least 2 of my coffee dyes that are just really, like, that are ironed. So I know I'm going to do 2 of those. I really like one of my pattern, but not with a stencil pattern, coffee dye papers. And then I know we're going to do a pattern paper, and I think we pulled this one out for the other journal. I didn't use it, so I'm going to use, that's what I left it out for. I'm going to do this one. So there's 4. So how many do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 papers. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then we may put a doily in there, or a one of the doilies. Yep, we'll definitely put a doily in there. I think those are good. Here's my little pack of coffee dyed doilies. So I think I have avocado dyed in here as well. That might be nice. See, it's got a little bit of that, like, mauvey. I guess it could be kind of brown, but I think it just depends on how we want to pull it out. No, not everything has to, we don't have to use big ones all the time. I can use a small one. I can do whatever I want. Actually, you know, it'd be kind of cool. I've never done this. What if we take this color? Ooh, isn't that pretty? What if we do this? We'll take one of the avocado dyes. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to attach it to that one. Yep, that's it. Winner, winner. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to add that. We can put these doilies away now. And ever so not gently. Go in there. Oops. Okay. Go over there. And I think, since I've got that avocado dyed, we can absolutely pull one of the avocado dyed papers in there. You know? Ooh, I'll do that one with the polka dots. I love polka dots. I love this paper. It's just really nice stationery paper. So, yep, we're just going to do this. So what I'm going to do is, these ones I'm just going to go ahead and fold. Most of these papers are 8.5 by 11, so that's already done for us. And then I'm going to just try as I might line this up as good as I can. You know, it's going to be, one side's going to be on one side and one side. Okay, I'm trying to line those circles up and those holes, and I'm not going to be able, that's not going to work. And I like this one. I did not iron this. I love the feel of the paper, and I loved the crinkle, so I did not iron that one. Now this, we are just going to go ahead and do a slap down of the glue right on the middle, and I'll try to be a little bit more gentle with this. Later on I could do more gluing if I need to or want to, but I don't want to limit what I'm able, I do not want to limit what I may I don't want to limit possibilities, so I'm just going to do the middle. There we go. Get it as on there as best as I can. And then this is just going to be folded. because this will be sewn into the signature as well. Isn't that pretty? And then when I use my bone folder for this, I lay it flat and I kind of just careful, because it does like to grab those little pieces there. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I'm gonna open, that's very thin and I don't want that to glue shut, so I'm gonna open that back up. I'm gonna grab my wipe because I just got glue everywhere and we do not need catastrophes. No. We'll save the catastrophes for later. Oh, look good, I'm glad I have some fabric here. I'll just dry that up and throw that back over there and continue on. So this one, we're just gonna do our best to get it folded. And I can trim them, I can rip them. I actually like tearing the coffee dye paper on the edges. I think it's parite. And then we'll find a place to stick these in between. I don't think I have enough pieces there. I think I still need something else. So we'll figure that out when we get there. So I hope you're enjoying this video. It may be a little bit boring. I hope not, but I know I always appreciated the complete walkthroughs on people's process. Everybody, even when they follow someone else's method, they still have their own little quirks about them, their own little, tips and the way they hold things or do things. It's just all the little things I know for me, I have found so helpful. Gosh, this whole YouTube platform with all the artists on here, I mean, like, it's just such a blessing. It really is such a blessing. So I have just learned so much, and I just want to give back, I want to give back. So now we're going to put these in here. So now we'll intermingle these in between this, as Gayle so sweetly showed us. And you just kind of decide where you want them. So I've got a avocado pink. I may just put another one of those in there. I've got a stenciled one copy dyed, and then I have two plain copy dyed, kind of plainer, and then I have another like decorative one that's copy dyed. So we want to put one in between everybody. So let's just start it off with a plain, and then I kind of want to get that mixed up somewhere else back in there. So this one, I think we can do, is that too much pink, or is that pretty with that? I feel like maybe I'll do this one first here. We'll do copy dye, copy dye. I like that pattern on there. Yeah, I like that. Like everybody wants to be the star of the show, but we have to share. I'm not sure about that one yet. So how many more pieces do we have? I'm gonna go back to the back now here. I want to do a solid up back here, kind of get those separated, the other one. And then I think the next one we did was like a designed kind of paper, so we'll put that one there. And then we need one there, two, and three. We need three, so 3 more pieces. So I think I'm gonna put pink coffee dye, pink avocado dye with some coffee splatters on it, it looks like, right there. So now, 1, 2, 3, I got that one. And what I say, we needed 3 more, right? So there's one there, and there's pink there. We need one there. Okay, is there just those? Did I miss one? Nope. We need 1. Good night. 2. Yep, just 2. So maybe what I'll do is just come in my little stash and grab 2 of the same types of papers. I'm probably just going to go with the regular copy dye again and just keep it simple for the sake of the video length. I mean, I could put like music sheet in there, but I don't have that at my desk here for whatever reason. So we're just going to do this, and it'll just stay in balance, right? And it doesn't matter. We can be out of balance. We don't have any bosses. All right. So you can see how some of these papers are going to have to be reinforced. That's where some of that washi tape's going to come in. So and I bought so much washi tape. Sometimes I get really angry because I don't feel like it's cut right, and I just waste it, and I can't get it off with my hands. And oh my gosh, I just want to I just toss it. I'm not even going to give it away. It's so aggravating. And then I just remember where I bought it, so I don't buy it there again. Good. So, because washi tape's not cheap. I don't think. I mean, like not for me anyways. I'm trying to buy more than one. I don't want just one color at a time. So, or maybe I want just a couple of the colors, but I got to buy the whole thing. Now you can see how much more that's sticking out. We are definitely going to be doing some trimming. See? So, trim it, trim, trim. I will do that off camera though, but now we have a signature, and somewhat of a signature, and we want to put this doily in here somewhere, which we'll see. So we like that. I like it. Happy. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I like that. And it's too stark white, so we're going to do some stuff with that. And then I love that. Another thing I've done is with the digi kits, I'm already printing them, so I'll use my copy dye paper. But with these, I can cut these down and then put these in my paper tray, and then oh my gosh, copy on the other side. Does that make sense? I can pick what I want. I can actually stick this in the thing to be, and I can send it in my upload it. Anyways, I'm just all over the board right now. I need to stop talking. I'm trying to think and talk at the same time. It's not working. You know what? I know that's pink on pink, but I just like this with this. So I may change that one out for another spot. Maybe. Or should I just put, I guess I'm doing competition again. Competition. So if I like it with that, maybe it will be pretty just right after it on this copy dye paper. Now that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That gets to be its own star. That gets to be its own star. Yes. Okay. Okay. And then we have that, and that. Okay. That's fine. And fine. And fine. So what do you know? We have a whole page. We have one put together there, and I still need to work on this cover and get that fixed. I'm going to trim these papers down. I'm going to get this all glued down, and I'll write down, hopefully, what I did. Unless I do it wrong, then I'm not going to write it down because I don't want to do it again. Sew it, and all that will be done when I come back with this one. And then this is the one we did yesterday, which is not getting sewn at all. It's going to be it's just glued. When we have the signature chosen for this one, I'm going to trim this one down, so we'll have that one ready. And then we can move on to the decorating and the sewing of the pages parts. So the only other thing we need to do is choose the papers for this one. And I'm going to put this gold fabric over there. Let me see where we're at on time. We're right at 53 minutes, so we're not going to have time to choose the papers. I'm going to do this on my own, but I'm going to show you what we have so far. So when I was pulling my fabrics for this front pocket, if you remember on episode 1, I still need to pick something for in here. And then when I flipped it over, I had lace, like a piece of lace that was going there. But then I found this piece of curtain. So I'm going to stitch it down, stitch that down. I'm going to reinforce back here a little bit, but this will be the front pocket. This will be stitched down. And then we're going to find something fun to put there. And I think that's where that, sorry, silk, let me see. My amazing best friend, Brianne, who is an interior designer, and we used to have a shop together. We partnered up. We both had our own separate businesses, kept them. We partnered up together and created one storefront that held both our businesses, and then we had a little bit of business together. And so she's an interior designer, still is, and amazing. She came over yesterday, and she was like, "Oh, I like what you're doing." She goes, "Can you find something charcoal gray?" And I was like, she goes, "But don't make it ruffly and don't make it lace because, competition and all. This is so cute." She liked this. So I've been looking, and look at what I found, and it's going to be a little bit ruffly. I'm going to try not to make it ruffly. I'm going to try and make it more like flat and kind of like you know, like that to kind of trim this out. What do you think? So I think Brianne will be happy. Let me check my time again. Good. Okay, 55 minutes. I just wanted to show you the papers. So this is what I'm looking at. This is all scrapbooking paper, and from a paper pad, I think majority. Some of it may have been from a company, I don't know, but it's all double-sided, so that's going to be fun. And I like all of these colors with this. I think it's nice and bright and cheery. I just think it's all going to work. And anything that I don't like, if it's too crazy, I can cover it up. And then I also I broke them down into paper packs. So there's this one also that's got the same colors, so we don't need to look at that again. And then there's this one, and I think I like the brighter color more. So I will come back with all of these already chosen and cut and folded, and we will move on from there. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Give me your opinions and your thoughts. I love them. I really, really love them. I will talk to you. I will see you again in the next episode. So today is Wednesday, and this video will actually be tomorrow, which is Thursday, coming out Thursday. So I will tell you that. So I'll be filming the next video for Friday, I'm hoping, if my uploading goes nicely. So thank you for checking in and crafting along with me. I hope you got some value out of this video. I appreciate everybody here, and I am enjoying myself so much. See you in the next episode. Bye.